everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Ishita.
And I'm Priyam.
Today I'm very excited because we are going to be looking at one of my favorite books, The Constitution of India, The Powerful Constitution.
Seriously? I personally feel you're saying it because you're a lawyer.
No yaar, I honestly feel that it is an important book. And trust me, you will too, soon.
Okay, then let's just begin. So Ishita, you said it is the powerful book. Why do you feel it is so important for the citizens to be aware of it?
Right. You said that I feel it is an important book because I'm a lawyer. But no, it is not just a legal document. It is a living document that guides all citizens.
Okay, and what is the purpose of this book?
Right. So the Constitution is the fundamental book which governs our whole country. It establishes the rules, the principles, the values and the ideals that shapes our country. Constitution was written with the single focus of welfare of all citizens, and that is why it has various rights along with the mechanisms to secure those rights.
Okay, and now I understand that it is not only important for the government but also for the citizens.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so would you like to tell me a bit more? Could you elaborate?
So the Constitution has 22 parts, 395 articles and 12 schedules. The whole provisions are structured using this framework.
So what are these parts, articles and schedules?
Right. So think of it like a book which is divided into different chapters. Constitution covers many different issues and all these issues are given in parts. The provisions which are written in parts are given numbers. Those are in numerics and those numerics are called articles.
Okay.
For example, fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are given in part 3 and all the articles related to fundamental rights are given in that part, like article 14, 15, 21 and so on.
I remember that film I saw, Article 15. It was around caste discrimination. So is it also part of fundamental rights?
Yes. So Article 15 talked about caste discrimination, right? In the Constitution, Article 15 says that nobody will be discriminated on the grounds of caste, class, religion, sex or place of birth.
Okay, that is interesting. You also mentioned schedules. What about that?
Right. So whenever in a document or in any book per se, we have to give detailed information. We add annexures, right? So think of schedules like annexures to the Constitution.
I remember one interesting thing which I read in class 8, that Constitution starts with preamble.
Oh, I'm so glad you know that.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
So preamble is the soul of the Constitution. Preamble has the vision and mission statement that tells the Constitution's philosophy and its objective. It tells us how a state should look like and it defines the core values of the citizens which they have to secure for themselves and for others.
Okay, so the first page is done. But you said 22 parts, 395 articles. How can one understand them?
Okay, don't worry. Let me start from the start, right? As I've been telling you that Constitution is a very structured book. It is written very beautifully, right? Part 1 tells us the name and geographical boundaries of our country. Part 2 defines citizenship, like who all are going to be our citizens and how.
Okay, I remember Akshay Kumar got his citizenship just now.
Right. So how he will get the citizenship and when is given in part 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Once these things are established, we go to the part 3 which defines the fundamental rights as I spoke about earlier. Moving ahead, we have certain guidelines which the state has to follow for the overall welfare of the citizens. Not only rights, Constitution also gives the fundamental duties which is given in the part 4A.
Okay, that's great. But is there anything written for the government itself?
Oh, of course, and extensively so. So you must be knowing that we have governments at 3 levels, union, state and local. So how these governments will be formed is given in the Constitution. Fun fact, initially there were only 2 levels of government, union and state. But because India is a big country, it was realized that we need another level of government that should be local.
Okay, are you talking about panchayat and municipalities?
Correct.
Oh, now I understand. We also give them votes.
Correct. So, in the year 1992, Part 9 and Part 9A was added, which provides government at the panchayat level, that is for villages, and municipalities, that is for cities.
That was a great move. But I'm curious to know, are the responsibilities of the government also written in the constitution?
Oh, of course. So it not only talks about the mechanism of governance, but also provides the roles and responsibilities which the government has to fulfill towards the citizens. It establishes the relationship between the three levels and also talks about the system of courts that will ensure justice to all the citizens.
Looking at the diversity of a country, I am curious to know, are there provisions written for the tribal areas as well?
Definitely yes. Part 10 talks about the provision to scheduled and tribal areas which gives them special rights.
That is great. And I just want to say sorry.
Do you want to take your words back?
I mean, I would really want to, because now I also feel that it is the powerful book.
I know, right? And this is not just it. When you move to the later parts of the constitution, it also tells how elections are going to be held, what will happen if there's emergency in the country, what will be the official language of the country, and other such relevant provisions.
Ishita, there's one more thing which I need to understand. You mentioned that they are written in numeric values, but you also said 4A, 9A. So what is this A?
Okay. So whenever we have to make changes in the constitution,
Are you saying we can make changes in the constitution?
well, don't you think change is the only constant?
Yeah, but change.
Okay, let me explain you. So part 20 provides for the provisions of amendments in the constitution. Our constitution makers were aware that as our society evolves, constitution also needs to evolve. So we can definitely make changes in the constitution. But to the extent that we do not hamper the core values of the constitution.
Nice. I mean, now I understand why you mentioned it as a living document.
A living document indeed.
Yeah. What about the crimes? Are they also written in the constitution?
No, don't get confused. So, as I mentioned earlier, Constitution is the fundamental book. It contains the core principles, but the issues like crime, education, these are given in the different law books. But you can say that Constitution is the basis of all these issues.
Interesting. Like, to be very honest, you have told me a lot today. And I personally feel that every citizen of India should be aware of Constitution.
I absolutely agree with you. Constitution is a very powerful book for all the citizens of our country. Our state understand the language of Constitution, and it is important for us also to understand the Constitution for our own welfare.
And I personally feel that one video could not be enough to explore the Constitution.
Absolutely not. We have just taken an eagle's eye view of the Constitution, and there's so much more to explore and learn about the contents of the Constitution.
I am curious to know more about the Constitution, and there would certainly be people over there who would be curious as well. So for them, don't forget to subscribe, because we'll be coming back again with another topics talking about the Constitution. And that's it for today. So don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already.
Thank you for watching.